Hello everyone, welcome to the demo for launching and managing an experiment from Python API with NNI. Since version 2.0, NNI provides a new way to launch experiments. Before that, you need to configure the experiment in the YAML configuration file, and then use the NNI control command to launch the experiment. Now, you can configure and run experiments directly in the Python file. If you are familiar with Python programming, this will undoubtedly bring you more convenience. In addition, NNI migrates the API in NNI client to this new launching approach, so you can view and manage experiments directly through Python API. This makes it easier to collect experiment results and perform advanced analysis based on them. If you launch an experiment by NNI control and also want to use these APIs, you can use experiment connect to it. Let's see an example with Jupyter Notebook. Step 1. Configure the search space. The way to configure the search space is the same as before. Step 2. Configure the experiment. You should initialize an experiment instance at first and refer to the experimental configuration to configure it. Similar to NNI control, you also need to manually specify the tuner. Step 3. Start the experiment. Now, you have successfully launched an NNI experiment from Python API. You can click on the URL below to switch to Web UI. Using the function run, the experiment will run in the foreground and automatically exit when it finished. If you want to run the experiment in an interactive way, use Start in the Step 3. Step 4. View the experiment. You can easily view the status of the experiment or export the experiment results in the Python code directly instead of the command line. Refer to the documentation for more API usage instructions. Step 5. Control the experiment. Modify the experiment configuration through the Python API, for example, update the max trial number, update the trial concurrency, etc. Through the experiment profile, we can see that the experiment configuration have been updated. Step 6. Manually stop the experiment by calling stop function. Similarly, using Python API to connect to an existing experiment launched by NNI control is also simple. You only need to call the connect function. Then you can view or manage it, and stop it with stop function. Thanks for watching. Welcome to communicate with us in the GitHub community.